Welcome to another episode of Unlocking the Mind Behind Make More Work Less. Hi, my name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on Unlocking the Mind, we talk about another cognitive bias. And this is so that we can better understand how we make decisions, how we can better prepare ourselves or prevent ourselves from falling into certain cognitive traps. Now, for today's topic and theme, I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever put a photo that you really liked into a frame and then you put it up on the wall? Wow, it looks so much better. Or you took a photo and you crop out some of the stuff that you didn't like and you kind of zoomed in on a certain area that you really liked, you put in that frame and all of a sudden it just has this brand new light. It looks so much better than it did before. Well, that is the framing effect. And the thing is, we do that for everything. And lots of businesses and lots of companies do that with the way they present information. So just like how we frame our photos, frame our portraits and our artwork to make it stand out, to make it feel better, to make it look better, businesses, entrepreneurs and also companies do exactly the same thing with words, setting, and also situations to make their product sound better, to make their message sound better, to make their services sound better. Now, the thing is, you may be getting the exact same thing, or you might be getting something that's exactly the same as somebody else's, but the way they frame their message, the way they frame their information makes it sound so much better. And us as humans are actually in that mindset that once we hear something more positive, once it's framed in a certain way, we actually prefer that over to something else. And that is the frame effect. And this is where people decide on options based on whether the options are presented with a certain positive or negative connotation. And that's just basically how framing works. So for instance, let me ask you this. If I said that this burger has 75% low fat, no fat in this burger is 75% no fat, would you go for it? It probably might entice you. But if I said this burger, you got to try it. It has 25% fat. You probably won't try that burger. But the thing is, both burgers are exactly the same. The information is exactly the same, but one's framed with 75% no fat and the other one is 25% with fat. Exactly same burger, but you're going to get a whole lineup for the people with the one that's 75% no fat. Just like if I said we have two products, let's say if it's two toothpastes, and they're both exactly the same, and I have one toothpaste that says 4 in 5 dentists recommends this toothpaste for you. And the other one is framed in a way where 1 in 5 dentists say this is not the toothpaste for you. Well, I'm pretty sure, once again, you're going to go for that toothpaste where 4 in 5 dentists will actually go for it. So the thing is, the information is exactly the same. So how do you frame the information? How do you frame the message that you put out there? And the thing is, there's a lot of people that actually, most of the people would actually like how things are framed positively. And they are actually more susceptible for things that they're so afraid of loss, and they hate loss more than they like winning. And they hate negativity more than they like positivity. So if you keep that in mind, you might be able to frame your message a little bit more powerful. So for instance, another example of that would be there was an experiment given to a bunch of people. And this experiment was that each person was given $50. And one group of people were told that, okay, here, you get to keep $20 for sure, or you have to gamble all of it and you might lose all of it. And the other group was told that you're going to be losing $30 for sure, and then, or you can gamble all of it and you may lose it all. Well, guess what? The group that was told that they will lose $30 for sure actually was willing to gamble it all at a higher rate than the people who were told they can keep $20 for sure. But the thing is, the information was exactly the same. In the end, they would have both been able to keep $20. But the way the message was framed, people hate losing so much that they rather gambling it all to make sure that they had a chance to win more or keep the same. So that's just how framing works. There was another experiment done with the registration of students to a pharmacy school, and there was more people. There was 93% more people who was willing to actually sign up if it was framed that there was going to be a late penalty if you don't sign up at the right time. Whereas there was only 67% who was willing to go and sign up if they were told that they will get a discount if they sign up early. Again, most people are afraid to lose more than they are willing to win. So the thing is, that's how they framed it. So how do you frame your information? Are you putting more attention on certain products that you have? Are you putting more attention to certain services that you have so that you get more focus on that thing? Are you putting lights around this other thing? Are you putting a product on a pedestal to frame it more so that more people give it more attention? And that is all framing. How are you framing certain things that you have so that you could get more attention to that, so that people will pick that over something else? Now, how do you avoid falling into this trap? Well, you might stop and think and ask yourself the questions. Well, if 90% of people prefer this, well, what is the other 10% thinking? And why are the other 10% thinking that way? You might want to find out the information from both sides before you make that decision. Sometimes you just have to step back and just question, well, what's the other side of the story? What's the other message that's actually hidden behind the framed message that's being put out there? So that is all framing. How do you frame everything? For instance, again, with lotteries, we all know lotteries are against us. The odds are completely against us, but you never hear the lottery companies, 649s and all that kind of stuff, promote or frame it saying that there's absolutely zero chance of you winning because the chances are so small and the odds are so small against you. Well, they don't say that. They say something like, you know what? Somebody's gonna have to win. It might as well be you. And they frame it to make it feel as if you have a chance. And the reality is the odds are really against you. So how do you frame that message? The results are exactly the same, but the framing of the message is completely different. So you do it all the time too. Just like I said, when we're doing photos and portraits, you actually take your photo, you might crop out all the stuff you don't want people to see, all the negative stuff, all the things that doesn't make you feel good. You zoom in on that certain thing, you frame it in a nice frame, and then you put it up and you feel great. Same thing here. How do you frame your message so that you get the message across more powerfully and more attention grabbing so that people notice you and notice that product? So that is the framing effect. And if you like this video, please look at some of the other videos on unlocking the mind. We have a lot of different cognitive biases that we talked about. And also feel free to check out our Peak Potential Success Show and also the Make More Mind Bites and also the Mastermind Bites. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, today is the day to unlock your potential. We'll see you later.